There's a 1,429 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. They were doing, they're there. Simon Tuf, Reish, Samach Zayin, Steve Samach Aleph, 2, Lamed Vav. We're going to, of course, be a schus, as we always say, for Chinukah based on Smi Batzar Bashiviyah. Bashiviyah. Okay. Lamed Aleph. These are Bir Advarim Kenu. The question is how we can possibly say to an Eved Asayim Yibein Zonach. It's very unethical. So it means Lo Sham Matim Lo Sham Arulay Masayim Yibein Zonach. It's not that we permit you to say to an Eved, work for me, I'm not going to pay sustain you. I'll have on the conscience. Eno Machriv Masol Lazun. Not compelled to feed. He has seconds to know, and he can do as he pleases, and he mainly using up, and he's automatically going to have to pay, support them. He's not going to support them. They're going to flee from him. And they'll do it's appropriate for them to flee. Because he's so cruel. Why do we have to warn him to safeguard his property? Let him safeguard his own. And we will go crazy. And say, and they will indeed flee. They have to and it's going to cause them lose them all together. What a weekend. Therefore, by Nichse Milog, which belongs still to the wife, where he's not chayav to in their cries, if they flee, that's not to be placed. And we don't allow him to say, we compel him to feed them. If not, she's not going to be concerned. They'll flee, and what does he can? Therefore, we compelled him to sustain them. This we learned the Gamma based in Osam Lazuna. The apotropos of minor orphans who have own slaves, we also compelled him to sustain the slaves, to feed them. Located if not, even they're going to flee. And we are concerned to preserve the property of the son. They can say to a slave, work for me, I'm not going to feed you. Not Chazashon, we allow him to do this. Meaning, we don't get involved. We mail it, and automatically it'll come out that the mail calls them Shomer Mamono. Everybody preserves his monetary interest. And since that's the case, case, I can do it. Yasakim is going to do it. Yavsim Magama is going to do them all together. So it's definitely with the Rambam. I'm not concerned to bring down this halacha of years of family. It's obvious. Either way you look at it. If you're going to say to them, they're going to flee. It doesn't matter if it's proper years or not proper years. Them years or not them years. The Gemara only takes up this issue. According to the Gemara, before what it says before that he could say it's kind of like I have Pizarro, I guess. Abadina ain't nafkina bezeh, but in terms of actual practical halacha, there is no nafkina because it's not something which we consider will actually take place unless you're dealing with a lunatic. Somebody cuts off, chops off the hand of an Eved Knani of his friend. He gives the payments to Nezek, the damage, the tzar, the anguish, the reap with the healing, Sheves, unemployment, Boshes, and the embarrassment to the master. The person who's the damage can't say, I'm going to give the employment to the Eved. That he should be sustained within. Theoretically, even though we don't think it's ever going to happen, the master can say to the slave, I work for you, I'm not going to do anything. Not going to sustain you. Therefore, that's why he has to give it to the master. But the master's automatically going to sustain it, of course, as we explained. For each when I said a Rav or a fate, of the fools, the healing payment he gives to the master, to give to the doctor, and for medications. If they saw that it would take him, they estimated it would take him 8 days for him to be healed, and they made for him very strong medications. They got better in 3 days. The master takes the difference. The slave was caused anguish with these stronger medications. It's in the case if the owner himself damaged the Eved. Actually, the koshkein is. I guess he's allowed to heal him quicker and keep the money. The Eved can protest and not allow them to make for him more potent medicines. If he can get it healed without them. Why cause him to suffer? They did it. Amos Rabba, then the extra goes to the master. A slave has no acquisition without his master. The hand of a slave is like the hand of the master. The slave acquires, the master acquires. Whether he made profit by his handiwork, whether he found lost object, whether he gave him a gift. If you rabbi asks even if his master himself gave him a gift, ain't no clue, it's nothing. Since his hand is like the hand of his master, it's like the thing never left the master's jurisdiction. So in case other people gave to him. And even they said to him, we're giving this to you only on the condition the master has no jurisdiction in them. It's not effective. Because immediately when the makna says, I'm giving it to you, the master already acquires it. This is automatically. So it's like it says, I'm not sure. It's like saying, I'm going to give you a gift on the condition you don't acquire it. It's a paradox. The Yeshu says, there's a question. He is Shekain who, okay, let's say it's true. Let the gift be null and void. So go back to the giver. They'll give it to him on the condition that his master has no jurisdiction. Came say if it's not possible. Let the gift become nullified. It's not seen to indicate that way. When he says that, if he said Amnas, it's nothing. It sounds like the gift is not bato. Amnas. Okay, I'm not sure. Let's see further. I'm asking, but this is the truth. The body I'm not on canvas. The gift is about give the shaykh a rabbi and belongs to the master. Tonight the alma. The condition is not like a regular condition. The Shev Shishkaim Eshel Shishkaim, which possible be sustained, possible won't be sustained. Nice that if Shishkaim Cloud, this condition cannot be sustained at all. A condition can't be fulfilled. Ain't a Katnai, it's not a valid condition. That's right. It's only just exaggerating verbally. If I have a karma, I'm not sure tell you it's like saying I have a condition you go up this guy. So somebody said any condition which contradicts the act ain't no tonight, it's not a valid condition. That's a rush. As a seaman it's a similar thing with a wife and husband. According to this Neil's died, there's only when the giver knew this halacha, then there's no king for a slave without his master, or for a wife without a husband. If he didn't know this halacha, these balamatzav, it's not going to negate the gift because it goes back to the giver. Even though in all the imams we don't draw this distinction. When he didn't know halacha, there's no greater mistaken gift. But if that's the case, how about the Shas basically Parish? The Shas basically said this. It sounds like no matter what, the gift is sustained. Lamed hey, Venir Elisha Meskeno. I think it's talking the truth. The Yeshmak Lam Shikshu, the song of the Master Shah, Melch Avni Milui. Lama Kaimatak, why don't we fill the condition? He ain't King Zebel that. True, this was no kid without this one. But it's not an issue of it's a drawer of my mind. It's going to take no cane. This is a drawer of my mind. This is a specific monetary obligation which can only institute it. But Evid who mean the Torah right, and by Evid it might be me the right. So, but we hold like Rabbi Huda, who said that if a husband and his wife are marrying on the condition, they don't have to give you a share and owner. Whatever has a monetary aspect is valid. But Jew is not comparable. That's only about the conditions between the giver and the recipient. That which is to do with the recipient and others. Good point. How can the giver negate that and negate, in this case, the relationship between the slave and the master? We explained that it's like those who you need a double condition in order for the condition to be effective. If not, the condition is null and void. But the activity is valid. And how can you violate the intent of the giver? We didn't do it, say this as a mandatory impediment. Certainly there's a very a definite assumption that's what he had in mind. Like the classic case of assessment where somebody's child died and never gave his property to somebody else. Even though he didn't stipulate it, that when we find that his child survived, the money goes back. The other side, it's Kirtash Il Yoda, Shalomais had not known the child, and know the child not died, he would not give him the gift. That's similar. So in this case, and other similar cases, do follow the Umrah or assess the situation. Other things, we say, should we tell us at 9 you can make a condition if it can't be sustained. If you have it not, the condition is not a impediment, it falls off. According to this, even if you didn't know the halacha, the gift is a valid gift. Because umdara is only assessment we can make on our own. So an assessment we were able to make our own. It only gave a gift to a slave. He said to him, I'm stipulating you go out free. Advarakam, it's a valid condition. Of a nicer abo. In other words, he says, here's money, take it, give it to your master, and go out free. Buy it for you. He gives it to his master, it goes free. Because in this case, only gave to Evan on this condition. You can't say rabo. Because the slave did not acquire it because it's conditional. It sounds like he doesn't know the way for it to work. But the Ram writes, case so he gives him a gift to a wife. So says Evan, I'm not talk about him. So you should eat them, but tishmem and drink them. I'm not sure taste them, so use them to go free. Oh, I'm not sure I said about him. I'll come with you can do whatever you want. Below Rishus don't shalach without your master's permission. Local or don't. All these cases, the master's not acquired those possessions. The Rambam, Mashvil Gamri, the Rambam quits completely. Dina Avni Isha, the halacha will ever with the Isha. To Chanoisin Miliachi and Matol is a davar of pratus. And when the giver, in that case, designates a gift for some specific thing, and it was not it's not considered to be acquired until that time. When he says anything you want, it's not acquired until she has that will. That's the case where he says you can do whatever you want with him. He doesn't have a specific purpose, and he doesn't argue on him. He doesn't mention it. Why not? And yeah, the title was a little dummy of Elisha. He owns a slave. It's not like you shouldn't respect him. Isha reish lo yali close aguf. By a woman, she has a jurisdiction to acquire her body. To acquire the body of an object. The husband only eats the fruit. Vima baal nasalom. The baal gives her gift. Gama peiros. He doesn't even eat the peiros. It's not the case by Evan. Therefore, they hold the two Shulchan both the Rambam. The works if it's given to Evan on the condition that he goes out free with it. But saying about the Shulchan Aruch write them notice that seen the Shulchan Aruch also give this. Then I said, Rabbi say about it tastes misvara. So we can do this machlekes. The Rabbeinu Tam. Yeah, I think we had this before. Gushin Daf Chavdalin. The Rabbeinu Tam. Silik Rambam V'Rikatur. The Ayin Shad. In brackets says here, Fiza Diver Atas Sifkan Yud Latour. Mashkash Gam Rabbeinu Tam Svilekain, La Mashakain, doesn't sound that way. Farbi going to see them, Rambam, many people are like it's a Rambam, but ain't a saga, that's not a valid complaint. Ela Mashakasav, Shloza Azal Dash, President, no person thought about this. But what he says, his primary words, Asishap Latour, was according to the tour of Divrei Shisha, Vashach, Sifka Lamatar, Test him a Rambam, Divrei Mashal Chosam came. The Chosam came, they seem to the Abel was away. So Vaitok could Divrei Tas, that's not the case. Visa elevated Divrei Kim Chaim Baduk, whatever the people say has a basis in that machlekes without having going into it properly. That brings us to the end of today's Arukh HaShulchan.